Hello everyone and Happy New Year! Today I want to talk to you about my experience with the Asus Zenbook S14. This would be the Intel Lunar Lake version. I've been using this for the past few weeks and I just want to share my thoughts. So let's get started. So here is the box the laptop comes with, and here is the charger. This is a 65 watts USB-C charger. We're not gonna talk about this now, so let's put it aside. This is the laptop, and I have to say the presentation is really good. I like how the box has the same design language as the laptop. Let's take it out. We put this aside as we don't need it. And let's start. Well, I would like to start with the things I like about this laptop. First being the design. I mean, look how slim it is and how beautiful it looks. I like how unique it is, and I like how light it is as well. I think this size, the 14-inch, is the perfect size for me. And yeah, I am very happy with the design language overall. And I think it's quite fingerprint resistant, which is also a bonus. Right. Second thing is port selection. It's not the best, but it's quite good. So we are talking here about USB Type-A on the right side. And then on the left side, we have headphone jack, 2 USB-C, and a HDMI port. Now, I would like to see one USB-C on the right side. It would give a little bit more flexibility. Also, there's like the power LED here, which makes no sense. Like, why would it be on this side since both the charging ports, which you can use, are on the left side? Makes no sense. But anyway, port selection is quite good and I am very happy with that. The only thing missing is the SD card slot, which I don't use anyway, so it doesn't affect me. Next, let's talk about the display, which is the third thing on my list. It's a 3K OLED display. The brightness is about, well, realistically it's about 380 nits, which is just about enough. You might struggle a bit outside in very dark scenarios, especially sunny days, direct sunlight, that's the worst. And yeah, you might struggle because of the brightness and also because the display is so reflective, but we're going to talk about that later. It's also a touchscreen, which is good. Like, there we are. Yeah, the display is quite nice. It's an OLED panel, so the blacks are like deep blacks, which is good. So yeah, that's what I had to say about the display. Now, my other laptop, I'll show you here. It's an XPS 13. This one is my main laptop at the moment, and it's got a Snapdragon chip inside. Well, with that Snapdragon chip, I don't have any issues with app compatibility at the moment, but you never know in the future. If I decide to use a different app, I might have some issues. So this is not something you will see on this laptop because it's running a Intel Lunar Lake. You're not going to have any compatibility issues, which is also nice. It gives you that feeling that you are prepared for anything in the future. And unfortunately, that's where my likes end, basically. So let's see. Let's start with the dislikes. First dislike being the screen. Well, I know it's an OLED. I know it's touchscreen, and all of them are so reflective, but I can't not. I don't know, man. I cannot say anything about it. I just don't like very glossy screens. I don't like reflective screens. I would rather not have the touch screen instead of having this glossy screen. Yeah, just not a fan of glossy screens. I guess you could buy a screen protector, but that could be a bit tricky to apply, and it's not gonna look good anyways. So yeah, I don't know. Next thing on my list, fingerprint. I just wish they could put a fingerprint here. I mean, yeah, the Windows Hello facial recognition is quite good and very fast, but I always like having options. So having a fingerprint as well would give me that extra option. Yeah, this would be the second thing. Third thing is brightness. Not the screen brightness. I can go past that, but the keyboard brightness, because the keyboard is just it's crazy bright, really. Like, this is maximum brightness. I don't know how well you can see on the camera. If you are in well-lit rooms, it's fine. But if you are in dark rooms where just the telly is on or barely any lighting, you have two options. You either don't use the keyboard lighting and you just try to see what you're typing on, or you turn on the keyboard lightning and you're blinded instantly. I mean, it's even the lowest setting, which is this one, in a dark room, it's gonna be crazy bright. Your eyes are gonna be. I've been using this for half a night with this specific setting, and I'm not kidding you guys. I had terrible headache afterwards. That's how bright it was. Also, I contacted Asus and I said, guys, can you like adjust the brightness a bit? Can it be updated, like dimmed down a bit? And they said no. This is not one of the things you can update via software updates. So this is how the brightness is gonna stay for the rest of the laptop's life, basically. Yeah, I think this is my major gripe with this laptop, the brightness, because God, I mean, the keyboard itself is great. Just that brightness is way too bright. And like I said, I'm using the lowest setting. Imagine if I pump it all the way up. There's just no way. Right. Next thing I want to talk about is battery life. Well, out of the Intel laptops, this is right there at the top, which makes you wonder, why on earth would I say battery life as a con? Well, yeah, it's a great Intel battery, but I just told you I've been using the XPS 13 with Snapdragon. Now this tiny laptop here, this smokes the aces when it comes to battery life. I know this only has like a full HD screen, no touch screen, it's an IPS panel, etc. But also it has a 55 watt-hour battery. This one has a 72 watt-hour battery. So it's about 30% bigger. And I would expect it to make up for the difference in screen. But it doesn't. And I'm getting with the XPS about 30 to 40% more battery. I'm talking about 30 to 40% more battery during light use, like video streaming, web browsing, office. This would be my type of use anyway. So during my type of use, I'm getting about 30 to 40% more battery, which is insane. I mean, these Lunar Lake processors, yeah, they are efficient, but at the cost of performance, and they cut the performance quite a bit to be this efficient, and even then they are not matching the Snapdragon, which is complete nonsense. But yeah, this is another gripe which I have with this laptop, because for me, being portable and having a good battery life is very important since I'm traveling a lot. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is build quality. I don't know if it's just my unit or not, but the build quality is not great here. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. Probably you can't hear it, but every time I'm trying to close the screen or open it, closing the lid, opening it, there's a slight creak there, which just I haven't seen it with many laptops. Basically, I've used quite a few laptops over the years, and none of them had this. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it. Anyway, it's bothering me quite a bit. Not to say that I don't have this issue with the XPS. The XPS is working perfectly, and I think the quality there is top notch. But considering this is more expensive than the XPS, I know it gives you an OLED screen and touch screen and etc. But you would expect a certain build quality, right? Well, I don't think you get that here. I mean, it looks nice, it's thin and light and all these things, but if the lid is creaking when you're trying to open or close it, what does that say about the laptop? So yeah, I really wanted to like this laptop. I really did, but unfortunately, I think in my situations, I can't get past the dislikes I have and the issues I had with it. If it had better battery life and the keyboard wasn't so bright, the keyboard light, I mean, and the quality was better, yeah, maybe I would get past the glossy screen and the lack of fingerprint. But these other things that I just can't do that. So yeah, this sums it up about the Asus Zenbook S14. Oh, and in regards to battery life, I'm gonna give you more specific numbers because probably that's what you're interested in. We are talking about 14 hours on average of light use, which is like YouTube streaming or Netflix or web browsing or Office, things like that. So about 14 hours here, while on the Dell, I'm getting close to 20, at least somewhere between 19 and 20. So yeah, you do the math. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope I didn't keep you here too long, and have a good one.